Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever Hard Mode. Unfortunately, our previous save game died due to my computer being completely eradicated, so I've had to start again. And so our target will be the 1 billion in hard mode. We've generated a new map, and we're basically going to now start playing around with the easy early starting points. Mind you, I did put date forward to 1900s just to give us a little bit of better technology to begin with. So yeah, let's go and have a look around and see where we can make some easy, fast money right off the bat. Right, here for instance we have a town that needs fuel, and it is surrounded by everything that it will need to get the fuel. Mind you, it isn't a very big town. Target population 109 is very much in the low area, but we can always give it a try. So we need to go from there, to there, to there, back into town. And I'm thinking we could probably now make this a circular track to begin with, because we really don't want to be spending any more money than absolutely necessary on things like roads and so forth. We're also going to try and keep the depot to use for several different routes if we can. I'm just looking over here at the possibility of generating some revenue with the con mats over here, but we do need stone, and that's quite a bit away. It's actually probably easier to create it over here and bring it down, or bring it into there. What else have we got? Food is a relatively quick one because it only requires 2 steps. No food production facility, but 2 food towns. This is a real shame. That's a little bit far away. The initial stages. What else have we got? There's another food here. Same problem. It's not even connected. We'd have to build a road to it. Yes. Not the easiest of starts, but I'm sure we'll manage. Con mats. No. Maybe here. It's a long trek. This is already distance for train. It's too long for trucks. They wouldn't make any decent. Well, they would make profit, but it would be very expensive to set up the line effectively. So, oh, here we go. Here's one relatively nearby, so we just need to cart the food here and back into town. That will require building some roads, but it should be reasonable. We can just make one like that. And that should probably work. So, go into the road building menu and get that done. Ooh, 90k. Well, that's what it is. Now that is unfortunate. That's too expensive. So we're going to use the same road for both of them. Which means that now we need to basically put our first cargo station right here next to the farm. Get as far over as possible. There we go. Then we need one over by the food production. Also, keep it on this side to avoid terrain making it more expensive than it has to be. And we need a drop-off point in town. There we go. We're going to drop it off nice and close to the town centre. And the trucks are just going to turn themselves around until the town expands and builds roads, so it can do an actual round-the-block return. Now, I don't see any sensible need for additional trucks because, well, there's no fuel requirements. Well, actually, fuel requirements over here. We could grow this town quite considerably if we can also cart in some fuel from over here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to build a depot a little bit closer to that facility. We're going to put it over here on this intersection. There we go. And, alright, let's put in our first line. So, pick up the food, process it, drop it off. Done. Right. Naming regulations. This is road freight. And it's Streatham food. We always put in the final product just to not make it too long, like treat them grain and food. Obviously, grain will be transformed into food, so there's no real need to do that. We've color-coded it. We'll tell them to fill up here and wait an unlimited amount of time. And we're putting in the can stat. Start off with 4. Right, and that's our first line. And it cost us less than $500,000. Off it goes. Let's speed this up a little bit while that little boy is working on that. Now, do we do the fuel? I'm almost tempted to do it just to see how big I can grow it, but to be perfectly honest, growing one town without anything in the vicinity also growing to make the passenger traffic worthwhile isn't really the best way to go forward at the beginning. You can end up spending a lot of money into resources that may not generate that much profit. And this is, again, a distance that should be done by train. This is an interesting little setup. What about here? Do we have any stone nearby? Well, we do have stone here. We could... Theoretically, we could ship the stone across and then put it into there. I mean, Epsom is 219. That's actually a reasonable size. Could we do that? What kind of ships we got? Okay. So that would be a Klondike with 110. But that's a large harbour, so we won't be spending money on that. We'll use the Wilhelm I with 70 apiece. I mean, it's just across the river. It shouldn't be that big of an issue. Do we use the Rigi? Actually, the Rigi's 3 kilometers faster. Yeah, let's do that then. So the plan is a little cargo harbour on this side, which we're going to connect to that quarry, and equally a cargo harbour on this side, nice and close to the town. Con mats. There, that's the cargo harbour's done. Take the most basic street and just sort of there. Nothing fancy. Just bring the stone down there. And the same applies to here. Come on. Tendril in. Very good. And connect to the main road. Excellent. Now we need a little truck stop, which we want to put as close to town as possible. There. That works. And we need to drop off the goods in town. Luckily it's nice and close. So we're going to put it on this street here. Yeah, it seems like the right place to go. And just for the sake of clarity, we'd like you to go back that way. Probably 14 grand I didn't have to spend, but sometimes you just want to make sure things get more streamlined to begin with. So the lines are one shipping route from there to there, which is stone. So this is water, right? Some stone. Stuff. And then we put in one truck rate from there to there, which is road freight. Some con materials, con mats. Done, colored, conmats. You'll have to wait. And the same applies to you here. You wait till you're full. Also an unlimited amount of time. And we need one road depot to round this one off. We might as well put it opposite the station. There you go. So, all we're going to need for now is a couple of trucks just to get the line going. And we'll need a couple of boats. What do you say? We take... oh, these are actually cheaper. Oh, okay. We'll buy one riggy. Off you go. Bringen Sie the stone across. Let's just switch off the cost icons here. It's annoying when it starts accumulating. Right. Aren't they cute? Is there stone being stored at that harbour? Yes, there is. Very good. Oh, look, and the first tram has become available. Excellent. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, so that's, well, that's 2 million gone now. How are these guys coming along? Lots and lots of grain. Lots and lots of grain left lying around here, so we'll give them a little bit of additional carrying power to make this infrastructure worthwhile. Otherwise, building all this isn't worth it, because it just costs you way too much money for what it's generating. 7 food have been delivered, 20% growth. Well, it's not even bad. But again, target population 94, these towns are very minute. The game hasn't made it easy with this random map generation. And 4 more. Space them out nicely. Go. Oh, actually, I've managed to circumvent the hill by moving that station down. Let's see if we can get a... Yeah, that's relatively cheap. Let's put that in there. Off you go. That should make life a little bit easier, and the truck depot will now be upsided. There, because then they'll come round, drop it off, and bring it out. Perfect. That looks a lot more tidy. 4 more trucks coming in, very good. There's a profitability on this line. It's making money. Making money, very good. Let's get some more vehicles on. Obviously, we don't want more throughput than the town can handle. I mean, 36 is probably going to grow to about 50 in the next couple of years, but still, it doesn't require an enormous amount of food production to begin with. At the moment, we're producing 19, so we can certainly up the throughput on the line. At the moment, we're at 103, which is halved because obviously 2 grain get used for 1 food, so that would be 51. So yeah, we're within parameters for the next few years on here. We can just let this one run and hopefully it'll start coming into the black relatively quickly. How's our ship coming along? Are you filling up, my friend? Yes, you are. Let's turn you around just to get the whole ball rolling on this, because obviously the ship travel times will help fill up the cargo bay area rather than having the ship just standing there doing nothing. If it has to travel anyway, it might as well be time used to get the stone across here. Now, 2 trucks is obviously not going to be enough to get a whole shipload of converted stone through, so we have 2 options. We can either put more vehicles on here, or we can extend this platform. which is what we're going to do now. We're going to add a couple more on here. This is expensive. I mean, it's 30,000 a piece, so it's no small amount, and it also costs more in terms of maintenance. But it's better that way because it's it allows you to put more fun mats on the deck before they start degrading from overburdening the storage area. Right, so that's that for now. We're down to 7.3 million. Not necessarily making much profit yet. This is the issue here because you have obviously the road infrastructure is being sustained, but the water infrastructure costs are not. So this needs to come up. I'm losing 70,000, 80,000 a year. So that's definitely these boats definitely need to start sailing back and forth. So here it comes. Where are we going to put that? If we can get one of these through in a year, well, it'd still be making a loss, but because we've got a road infrastructure connected to it, obviously these trucks are going to make us some money. Albeit more than 2. You loading up? Yes, you are. Good man. Let's put a few more on there. 5 trucks for the time being. And how much stone is accumulating over here? 33. This is going at a reasonable speed, so already half a ship. And he's only halfway across the river on the way back, so yeah, that seems okay. Oh, we could sensibly manage to manufacture tools for here as well. Look at that. Logs, sawmill, tools. Boom. And then maybe connect up this rather large town with some passenger traffic over the ocean. Send a ship up here into there. Ah, there's potential here, definitely. How's this coming along? Still overburdened with corn, but it's coming down, so that's alright. The line is making good money. Every 2 corn is generating 1 food. Good. As they come in, they go out. Nice. This is 1-to-1. Well, we've already got trucks coming back to pick that up, so I don't think it's going to accumulate too much. How's the ship looking? It arrived at 62 of 70. Yes, excellent. That's coming along nicely. Good stuff. That's well within parameters. Now, do we have another quarry that's close to the river? No, not really. All the way over there. It's a pretty long way to go. Oh, this is nice though. These are really close together. And we could technically try and ship it down here. Just the cost with the trucks and the truck stop and everything else. I'm reluctant. I'm reluctant. There has to be easier and quicker ways to make money. Right, 2 years in. We have 2 goals. Obviously, it's 1 billion without debt, and it's also not taking any additional loans until 2050, which is a challenge in and of itself. So, rain across here and then back again. It's a lengthy route and very slow trucks, but it's feasible. Let's do that. So how far away can we? Here we go. Little neat trick of the tendrils onto the road at the back. Means our trucks don't need to go around that intersection. Nifty. grain. Try and do the same trick over here, see if that works. No, it's just a little bit too far away. Need to be... Oh, wow. Which on the other side? I want to destroy the fields. There we go. Done. And a drop-off point in the middle of town for the food, which will be... Oof, crikey. We actually need to bring this road across so that the trucks come back and drop off, let's say, here. Yeah, that looks good. So, I'm going to build a little town street just to make this more direct. Bring in the food. The grain to the food to the processing. To the people in the city. There we go. Fill her up. Thank you. Unlimited. Road freight in Godamling. Nice name. What? God. Godalming. Godalming. Okay. Godalming. Here we go. Food. I'm not excluding the possibility of renaming a few of these towns, to be honest. Some of the names are just god-awful. Okay. Depot over here. We're going to have fuel production here at some point as well. I mean, the refinery is right there. We just need to get refined crude in. And we can provide them with a nice big batch of fuel as well. Possibly over a waterway. We shall see. But food first. Off you go. Now the throughput on this line is going to be absolutely ghastly because it is a very long trek for these trucks. And until we get the tarp wagons, it's going to be a very, very arduous task. So what we're going to do is we're going to send in 4. When they reach there, we're going to send the next 4 and do that 2 more times. So we have 16 trucks on here for the time being. And then we'll see how the line performs. So none of the basic roads appear to be costing us money, which isn't actually a good sign. I wasn't aware. But road maintenance, it's probably tunnels and bridges that actually cost maintenance. But our water freight is still losing us money. Only being compensated by the trucks that are actually taking the stone. How's that looking over here? Oh, well, trudging along nicely. Maybe add another truck to that. Stuff. $105. What about over here? We're getting any close to that 50 mark yet? Yes, we are. 47. Very nice. Very nice. So the throughput is sufficient. That's stable around 55 units, so it's okay. Good. Nicely done. How about here? How are we coming along? Missing the last 4. Another million out the window. But Godalming is definitely an attractive proposition, especially with this refinery this close. In fact, the 3 items needed are very close. This is close enough for a harbour. This one is questionable if it's close enough for a harbour. We might need to do a little bit of tweaking. And since we have to put a vehicle depot here anyway, we should be alright on this one as well. The only problem is the ships are very slow, so we'd have to go all the way around this tip. Up here. Maybe at a later stage we'll just build a canal through here. I think that's a very expensive proposition at this point. Actually going to put 20 trucks on here. Off you go. See, these all are way too complicated to manufacture, so there's not even a point considering supplying these towns yet. Con mats, food, fuel, that's about as far as it'll go. I mean, fuel is 3 steps, but it's still only one component through each of the 3 steps, and it's all liquids. So even later when you get specialized trucks, you can just put liquid transport trucks on this and effectively carry a lot more with less equipment, which also makes a big difference in terms of running costs, especially on hard mode. Right, let's do our little fuel circuit. Basic road. Ooh, 100 grand, okay. Ah, it's flat terrain, it's okay. Another 100 grand. About as direct as we can make them. So, doesn't really make a difference where we put this because the trucks need to come and circulate anyway, but we're going to put it further down here in case we divide the crude line. Actually, come to think of it, I will divide the crude line because otherwise it gets too long. So, crude to our friends at the refinery. Can be nice and central, there we go. Well, make it a bit further over here maybe. Just so the lines are more evenly loaded. There. You there. How far away can we get you from that refinery? We do our little trick with the road. Yes, we can. We don't even need to. Done. Okay. Excellent. And a drop-off point in town where the fuel can be unloaded. There we go. Nicely done. Unfortunately, we'll need another road depot. I'm just gonna over here. Why do I keep pressing that button. Moron. There. Done. Okay, so we're going to have the crude line, which will just do this connection here. Up, up. And then we're going to have the fuel line go that way. No, hang on, I'm doing it wrong. New line. Thank you. There we go. Right. Go to the crude. Go to the fuel. How's our food production? Now this is starting to spread out quite nicely. Good. How's our supply? 10 of 78. How's our throughput? 68. Oh, this needs to be 140, so here we go. Go get him, Tiger. Ticket revenue is going up quite nicely every year. Even the boats are in the black, which is great news. It's really where we want to be. Good stuff. Speed this up a little bit while these lines are starting to form. Again, ratio 2:1, so we need double the amount of trucks on here for the same amount of fuel throughput on this side. There we go, refinery is starting to puff out smoke. It's a good sign. First fuel truck is gone, let's send them some backup. Oh dear. That's not good. Go on then. Off you go. Come on. Be careful at the beginning on these small depots that they don't clog up. If you put too many trucks coming in at the same time and you have a waiting line, it can actually clog up the entrance if you don't have two accesses. So, something to bear in mind. Come on, crude trucks. See, this is the issue. There's just not enough throughput on here yet. Go get that crude. Make this infrastructure worthwhile. Oh wow, there's a fuel truck coming back already. Nice, that's good. This line here is going to make a ton of money, no doubt. But we need to get the crude transport optimized down here because it is actually quite a long way. So our line throughput is 287. Our fuel throughput is 88. So we're gonna start having fuel accumulate here. Refined oil and fuel accumulate here. But it is making money because these trucks only go a very short way empty. Barton upon Trent is starting to grow. Lovely. Very solid line of trucks coming through here now. Where are we at? Half. So, yeah. 400. So when Barton needs 200 fuel, the throughput on this line needs to be increased to 400. That's basically the easy enough calculation. At the moment it only needs 50 fuel, so 100 throughput is more than enough to supply that demand. See, we got trucks backing up on here again, so the refinery definitely needs a little bit more oomph. It'll get there. This will spread itself out a little bit more in a bit. But as long as there's nothing more than raw materials accumulating, that's fine. Good. Let's let that run for a while. How's our food situation here? Under control. 50 is a reasonable amount to have stockpiled. 107. Nice. Well, that's pretty much this entire farm's production, because they make 200, so in theory we need to get this throughput up. And then once the throughput is to a point where this farm is completely exhausted, we get the second one going. There's another 200, and that basically fulfills the 400 production quota that this one can reach. 1, 2, 3, 4. honestly, better trucks will help us with that. How are we looking here? Good. Oh, wow, look at that. This is... yeah, it's stage 2, so we need to put another ship on here. Oh, hey! Nice, off we go. Stone demand is up. It is indeed to 130. Nice, that's a stage 2 production facility. Get a second ship on there. And so the water freight starts making more money. Oh, actually, that's a lot of stuff stored in there. Come on then. Let's put the throughput up. Where do we need to be? 130 is what we said. 151. Okay. That should do it. Very nice. Very nice. Is everything still within the catchment of that delivery thing? There's a few outlayers over there. But we're almost got everything covered. That's 2 full ships and they still got stuff lying around here. Very nice. Couple more vehicles on there. Transport is up. Shipment. Do we need bigger ships? That's the question. Or a third one of these small ones is also an option. It's our carrying capacity anyway. 17 2 compartments. 17 2 compartments. Yeah. Transport. 110 and 2 compartments. Do we upgrade the harbours to large? That is the question. Nope, that was precipitous. No, let's not. It's okay if a little bit of stone gets left over, that's fine. The main thing is that the conmats get transported away. And once this town reaches 200, this will upgrade again, and then we can talk about upgrading the harbours. 138. No, that's okay. Pretty good. What was the other thing we could do? Oh, yes, tools. Tools. Do we do a little train? The distance kind of warrants it. We're really not making that much money yet. can't afford to put a train on a track at this stage. Need to let this run for a bit. Or get more profitable trucks. That's the other alternative. How's this coming along? Nice. Still within the 50. We can add a truck to that. Make it 2. Ooh, we have a problem. We have a big problem. This is an issue. That costs a lot of money when these things happen. So we are going to make this a little bit longer. There. Stop that from happening again. That was an expensive little mishap. No wonder these dropped down again. Already at 300 and they went back to 137. All these trucks are stopped. Wow, and they're still stopped, really? Another way around it is just to make this line not wait. There we go. Done. Should solve that problem. Mind you, now they don't need to wait because they've actually accumulated quite a bit of crude. Okay, that's bringing our numbers up again. Thank God for that. I started to get worried there for a second. Trucks should crack the 400,000. Let's have a look. Well. Oh, wow. Large steps towards 500,000. Nice, nice. Ships are also profitable. And 500,000. Lovely. So now we should start probably repaying 500,000 every year for the sake of bringing down these 100 grand that we're burning in loan interest. Is this under control? Yes. Good. Maybe a few too many trucks on this line, so let's try and catch one of them and send them back to the depot. 135. Yeah. Little bit on the high side, but it's okay. We're good now. Right, should be getting a better truck model soon as well, so we'll be able to reduce the number of vehicles on the road a little bit, which will also help cut cost. How are we doing over here? You see now the trucks have taken away all the goods, so let's sell off maybe 1 or 2 of these. There we go. Don't need them. This is the thing on hard mode, you do need to do a little bit of this micromanagement, otherwise you will be burning stupid amounts of money. For no good reason, especially at the beginning. Later on, once you're swimming in it, it won't make that big of a difference. But right now, it really makes a big difference. I cannot stress enough how important it is to keep a very close eye on not having vehicles standing still for too long. There we go. Off he goes, farting into the distance. Right. Now, there's food production here for a tiny little town. It's not really worth it. Again, this is also the other issue, where as long as the towns don't grow a little bit over time, it's very difficult to make money with them. Well, yeah, basically our plan now is to maybe let this run a little bit. I'll do some more optimizing off camera, and then slowly but surely start planning the next steps of the expansion, which will come once we've gotten rid of the loan, when we've started making a solid $500,000 a year, which with the growth of these towns should happen relatively quickly. And then we can start looking into actually starting to do more quantity and make larger amounts of cash. So thanks for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe if you feel like it, and we'll be back again later in the week.